Jersey Crypto here, coming at you with my take on the golden bull cycle, which is an idea that's floating around thanks to Plan B and some other higher powers. Plan B, you are all knowing. So, sorry, I don't know. That just came out. But so the theory of this is my take on a golden bull cycle and what will have to occur. Now, we don't have a lot of time for this to happen, so I don't think this is going to be the case, but my thoughts can definitely change in the next couple months depending on what occurs. So my theory is the reason why this bull market's going to be the same as the last several bull markets is that there isn't enough assets, stable assets, that are now tokenized onto the blockchain and in the crypto market. If you take what Bitcoin is at, a little over $1 trillion, 1.3 trillion for Bitcoin, the market cap. And again, Bitcoin could do that 2-3x. It doesn't matter what Bitcoin does. If Bitcoin 3x's, 4x's, they end up having a several $1 trillion market cap. Bitcoin's a volatile asset still. It's not a stable asset. And right now, currently, if Bitcoin goes up to that, the rest of the market is going to see massive gains as well, So say Bitcoin's at a $3 or $4 trillion market cap, the rest of the market's still going to be, neck and neck with it. I mean, Bitcoin's not half the market right now, so, even if it pulls that much more, money in, so is the rest of the market. Now, if you take the rest of the market and you cut it in half, that's how many people are going to literally just suck their money right out of the market because, do you really think out of the tens of thousands of coins that half of them are keepers? No, it's much lower than that. It's much, much lower than that. So being that right now there's like $2 trillion in altcoins, less than half of that is going to stay in the market because that's quick money right there. That's in and out or it's gone. So this is my theory. The only time we're going to have a golden bull cycle where cryptocurrency keeps going up for 10 years is if it adopts and takes in and basically becomes liquid for a more stable asset. And I think the first asset that is going to be most adopted in that way it's going to be real estate, which is a $100 trillion market. Real estate is way more stable, way more stable than cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, whatever coin you're thinking, other than the stable coins. But real estate is a way more stable asset, and that is what cryptocurrency has to adopt. How are they going to do it? Well, Algorand's already doing it through Lofty AI at a very slow pace because people aren't ready to adopt that type of technology and tokenizing real estate. Now, you could say you're ready. The idea, I think we're ready for the idea, but everyone would be doing it if you're ready. Now, they're also starting to implicate doing commercial through a different company. I have a video on that. I'm not going to get into it that much for Algorand, but Lofty AI, super active. There's listings like every other day now of just regular real estate. My mom's waving to me. We need a more stable asset. Gold would not necessarily do it, but gold, if gold got tokenized, which it's already starting to. I mean, all assets are starting to be tokenized. But does the actual market itself for those assets outside of crypto adopt the tokenization enough? That is what we are looking for in order to see a golden bull market. And it's because the technology and the tokenization of other more stable assets has to be adopted at a faster pace, where people start to, basically transition their means of, getting into these assets by getting into the tokenized assets. So I don't know how far you guys are looking into all this, but the more we support the coins, the tokens, the technologies in crypto that are trying to push for this adoption, and it's one of my major things that I focus on when I'm investing into coins, and this is why I have invested into Algorand and Hedera hashgraph specifically, is because they're huge into tokenizing real world assets, and that is going to be one of the catalysts for cryptocurrency to be put into a golden bull market, where you can see, the financial gains that people that, once the internet started taking over everything, everyone that invested into even AOL, Google, any of those companies, Amazon, they took over everything as far as like the retail. Google took over everything as far as like selling anything online. It's all ran off of Google basically, for the individual. And those people made money on top of money for 10, 15 years. That is when you change your life. It's going to take 15 years for all these assets to be tokenized over time. I mean, it's a fast moving technology, but the adoption in the more stable assets, they think, you have to prove to, the real estate market that tokenizing their market is, they're going to stay just as stable. They're just going to be more liquid. It's going to move faster. It's probably going to grow. The opportunities are going to be more readily available. That's the whole point of tokenizing things. But that is the only way we're getting into a golden bull cycle. That's my take. Look out for that type of news. Now, there was hints, stuff being brought up about the real estate in the big real estate mogul in, China, and them, how they affect the market because they affect the global market. Now, when something negatively affects you and it's because of their approach, sometimes you got to take over and make a new approach. So it would be really smart for some of these, crypto companies to present to them a way that they can do things more efficiently and, help grow the market instead of hold it back. Jersey Crypto, like, comment, subscribe. Please hit the bell notification. This is the stuff that we're thinking about. If this doesn't happen by January, the market's not going to be, it's not going to be a golden bull market if it doesn't happen by January. January is not that far away. We don't have much time. Anything else that comes in other than a super stable, massive asset class, is not going to, crypto's not going to be stable and unvolatile unless the less volatile assets are adopted into the technology. So keep that in mind. Have an incredible day. Keep working. Keep making money so you can invest for yourself.